What's up, Blasianaires and Blasianettes? So this review will be, it's probably going to be spoiler free, but if it turns out if there's going to be minor spoilers thrown in here, then I will give you a warning ahead of time. So without any further ado, I'm just going to give you my quick thoughts on this movie. Now, you know, leading up to its release date, and I thought to myself, I don't have any high expectations for it, but I have a feeling that this is going to be a good movie. And now, with that said, going in there, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna, keep that and keep grounded in that, like that. I have, just go with my gut and just say like, oh, this is gonna be an entertaining movie, and for the most part, it was. It's basically like a sequel to the story of Tarzan that I guess we all know. It's like sort of like a sequel like story. It kind of reminds me of Hook. Like how that's kind of like a sequel to the Peter Pan story. Like where it's sort of like a sequel like movie where it's like years after the events of Peter Pan. Well, this is like years after the Tarzan story that we all have grown up with. So. And it's very similar, like where the leading man, Peter Pan is away from, he's away from Neverland, and Tarzan, he's away from the jungle. He's, living a totally different life now, and and he's married, and, there's some similarities there, and then they go back, have to go back to their roots, and, in order to, for the sake of, for the people there, like for the and the animals there too, and but I mean, like I guess like there's some minor similarities between Hook and Legend of Tarzan. Like I mean, I just kept picturing that in my head, like it kind of reminds me of Hook, like with some of the patterns that the movie has, but the only difference is that okay, there may be a minor spoiler here, so stop the video here if you don't want to hear anything other than what I just said. This movie, and it on a different note than Hook did, where it's very different. Like definitely the opposite of what Peter did at the end of Hook. I'd say what Tarzan did at the end of this movie, it's very different. So I'll just leave it as that. But for it to be a live action interpretation, or incarnation of Tarzan, it's very good. Alexander Skarsgård, he fits the role. I mean, like I didn't think of him as Tarzan, like prior to this. So when I saw the trailer, and I'm like, oh, okay, not a bad pick. Okay. And I found it pretty interesting that he seems so isolated in the trailers that they've shown, like where he doesn't have any lines in any footage of him in the full trailers that I have seen, like where he's just standing there like this, like. But that, I mean, that's not a bad thing, I guess. I mean, like I just found it interesting that they did that, and I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, I'd say that I enjoyed seeing this more. I enjoyed seeing this movie more than I enjoyed seeing Independence Day Resurgence, and that's really bad. Like a sequel to a hit movie that has a lot riding for itself. Like a lot of hype building up, and then just, and then a movie that doesn't have so much hype. Like not as, at least it's not as much hype, as underrated, and it turns out to be a more entertaining movie. For me personally, it did. But I don't know. I just think like I think the movie deserves more credit than it's probably gonna get. If we're up to me, it would probably be on that same scale as all these other overly hyped summer movies. But this is like definitely one I think you'll be entertained with. And I think if you're a fan of Tarzan, if you're a huge fan of Tarzan, I think you'll enjoy it. But I was never a huge fan of the character, but I do have some appreciation for him. Like from some incarnations that I've seen. Like Like I'm thinking back to that Christopher Lambert movie, like one of Christopher Lambert's first movies that I could think of. Like where it was it was a Tarzan movie. I haven't seen that in like so long. Like holy shit. I mean, like now I want to watch that again. But yeah. But that all being said, I'd say that it deserves a good 4 chair spins out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, that was my poor attempt to do the Tarzan as I was rating the movie. But yeah, I'd say go check it out. I mean, I would watch it again. Just because I enjoyed it enough to watch it again. Independence Day Resurgence, not so much. But I don't know. Like, feel free to leave your thoughts down below. What you thought of this movie? If you've seen it already, and I thought Samuel Jackson. I thought he was gonna, for some odd reason, thought he was gonna play like a small role, like he was just gonna be in the opening scene of the movie or in the first act or whatever. But he plays a much bigger role than that, and I was cool with it. I mean, like he brought some light into this dark tone story, and that was pretty damn cool. So I'd say check it out. So if you guys enjoyed my review of this movie, make sure you thumb it up and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel. And hey, feel free to tell me which version of Tarzan is your favorite. Was it this one or another movie? I don't know, feel free to tell me. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.